How's that?
Thank you.
We're good?
Very good. Excellent. Yep. Thank you.
Hey, it's like anything in life, right? You know, if you don't do it, you're not going to know it, right? So you got to actually get in there and do it, which is why I wanted you guys to get into your Real Smart Agent, because you guys have so much available to you in there for free. And I know we talk about CRMs and we talk about this and we talk about marketing. And I mean, you guys have so much available to you in here. Your trainings. So let's start by here, your homepage, right? This is your sign in. Everybody has this. This is obviously through the computer. You know, you have a mobile app as well, right? For your Real Smart Agent. And you can download it on your phone and you can do everything that I'm doing here on my laptop or on my computer. You could do it on your phone as well. Okay. So let's real quick, just want to point this out. If you ever want to see what trainings are going on, you can just click right here on view calendar. And then if you pick your state in Florida, you can see all the trainings in every state. So if you select all, you're going to see all the states come up and all the trainings that go on daily. But if you want to just stick with Florida, actually, unselect all and then go to Florida. And these are the trainings. So yesterday we had XP Experts. Today's virtual coffee with the broker. And you can just click on one of these. And on the top right, it'll pop up virtual coffee with the broker with the link, the times, all that good stuff. All right. So if you didn't know, another way to find your calendar is just go to HomeSmartCalendar.com. So if you type in HomeSmartCalendar.com, my typing's not too good. Takes you right to your calendar. And then you have to select your state again. Okay, so real quick, and that's right from your dashboard. So going back, hold on 1 second. All right. So once you log in, there is so much stuff in here. I don't even know everything that's in here, but I do want to touch on certain topics. Obviously, these are your transactions. This is where you would start your transactions right up top. If you have a listing file, you start it here. You have a sale file. You can actually not only start it, but you can go to all your files. So listing files would be here. Just click on create a listing. And then you go in there and you put everybody's information in. Buyer's name, seller's name, title company, typically consumer title. And there's actually a little checkbox. So if you're using one of our smart partners or affiliates, there's a little checkbox that will allow you to put their information in. Like for example, consumer title will pop up and you just check the box and they'll be filled in as the title company. You have sale files here. How to create a sale file, how to create a rental file, how to create a referral file. Now real quick on these two, I know in Central Florida, there's a big confusion about what's a referral and what's a rental. And so to be considered a rental, you're actually part of the transaction. So you're actually assisting in doing the lease. You're assisting in, you actually showed the property. You're in communication with the listing agent. You're part of the whole transaction. So for those of you in Central Florida, that is what you consider a rental. A referral for a rental would be, hey, I found the listing on a rental. And all you're doing is transferring your tenant over to that listing agent and say, hey, my tenant's interested in your listing. Can you handle it? And they will pay you a referral fee. So there's a difference in that. Other referrals are basically if you're referring agents, buyers or clients to other agents. But don't get confused with the rental and referral. And you're going to see it on the MLS. For you in Miami and other areas, they don't work like that. But for Central Florida, I know rentals and referrals, there's a big thing. Referral fees are going to be probably a little bit less than the actual lease fee. So if you look at a listing, it'll say lease fee, and then it'll say rental fee, and that's what you're participating. That is your participation as a brokerage, okay? Miscellaneous files, these are if you're doing any BPOs, broker price opinions, any side CMAs that you may be getting paid for. So miscellaneous income would be here. You have to create a file because remember, anything you do with your real estate license goes through your brokerage, right? Closings, you can keep a track of your closings here, what you've closed. If you put in a date here, let's just go back a few months. And we'll go to August and it'll show all my closings. So you can keep a track of that. So if you ever need documents in there that you want to go back, your buyer's asking for a copy of the closing statement, or hey, I never got a copy of the contract. You have access through here. Okay. I do want to touch any questions or comments, anything on this here, how to do transactions. I do want to get into the education tab here. And I want to get into videos because a lot of our trainings and stuff is right here in your videos. Ton of stuff. See this? HomeSmart tools and technology training, real estate podcast. So if those of you don't know, this is Todd Sumney, our chief industry officer, has his own podcast. Talks about all the latest trends, everything that's going on. So subscribe to the Real Estate Podcast. And these are stuff, how to manage your social media, past experiences, habits and mindsets and tactics of real estate super producers. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in here. So instead of watching Family Feud tonight, you want to get some education because I always hear, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time. Yeah, block out some time. Watch a video or two a night instead of watching that extra hour of TV. Get your education in. There's a bunch of stuff in here. You can actually start saving them as your videos. Library, history, it's YouTube videos. So that's the podcast. You have our HomeSmart tools and technology, which will help you navigate through the system here. Oh, this is a good one. Did you guys know we have a client app that you can share? So I noticed on Facebook the other day, a couple of our agents were asking, hey, what app are you using for your clients? Well, did you know that HomeSmart offers you a free app for your clients that you can actually send to them? And if you open it up right here, actually, I was listening to it last night. This is the original training video that came out last year when we came out with the app. So for those of you that didn't know, it's available in your Play Store. Go in there. You can download the HomeSmart Agent Client app as well as your RSA. So you can do everything from your phone. Everything from your phone. Now, the HomeSmart Agent, actually IDX is in with the MLS. So you can do so much with this app. Scott, have you used it?
Yes.
And what's been your experience with it?
I've had 2 customers use it, and I like it because as soon as they use it, I get an alert, so I know they were on the system and what they were looking at.
Perfect, so and you can actually follow up with them. Hey, did you like that? Did you like what you see? Do you want to go make me you want me to make an appointment?
Yeah.
So I mean, this is great. I mean, do you guys want to hear a little bit more about it?
Well, let me say one thing about it, Freddie. It's kind of cool because I took one of my Op City leads and I gave him that. And I actually was able to get more information through our app than I did the Op City app.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was faster. So
okay.
That was kind of cool.
That's good news. Anybody else? I mean, I don't.
Do you have to set yourself up as an agent with them, or they put you in as an agent?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
So when you send this to the client, does it automatically have your information in there as being their agent, or do they have to put that in?
That's a great question, Nigel. So actually, when you're sending it to the client, it will automatically set you up as an agent. Okay. Now, they can set themselves up with another agent, but it only allows one agent per state. So let's say that they're looking in another state, they can actually set themselves up with another agent in another state as well. But yes, when you send them the link, it's personalized to you.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, you guys want to learn more about this? I can run this video for a little bit. We can talk about it as we go. Be interested in the Real Smart Agent client app? All right. I can't see my chat. Hold on one second. All right. Now, keep in mind, this video was done in 2021 when we first came out with the app. There's been a lot of bugs and fixes and additions to the app. And any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to, don't reach out to me because I'm not a pro with it yet, but maybe Scott or no, actually Agent Services will help you and guide you through it and help you get set up and all that.
Just so you know, Freddie, we can't hear the video.
I'm sorry, Kim.
If you're playing the video, we can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it. Okay, hold on. Let's try it again.
No, when you do a share, Freddie, you have to check the box that you want to share your audio of your.
Got it. All right, let's try it again. You see, I told you I'm not a pro at this. That's why Jeremy does these. All right, share screen and share sound. Got it. Thank you, Juan. Thanks, Kim.
So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. And today we are going to be covering the HomeSmart client app. So, of course, a lot of you have probably had questions about this already so far. There is going to be quite a few, we have already a few suggestions and changes as we're working on developing the app and such. So in the meantime, we are definitely going to be taking any suggestions, but as for right now, we are just learning and developing the app and working with our lovely agents to make sure that everything is suited to your needs. And if you guys have any suggestions or questions, again, please feel free to use the chat for now. Towards the end, for any spare time, I will try to leave a bit of time for any additional questions. But I'll make sure to let you guys go ahead and unmute in case you guys would prefer to communicate that way. But for now, it would probably be best for me to actually go ahead and start sharing on my cell phone. All right, so we're going to get that on here, and let me just make sure everybody's seeing that okay. Perfect, okay. So we're going to jump right in, and I'm actually going to start on the Real Smart client app, or the Real Smart agent app, excuse me. So I am borrowing one of my colleagues' accounts. So thank you to Billy for letting me borrow his account for today's training. So this is actually a live agent account. So if you guys are logging into your Real Smart Agent mobile app, this is what you should be seeing. It's going to default and show you any of your current transactions, of course. But in regards to the client app, there are just a couple things that are going to be within the Real Smart Agent side of the app to set up or connect your clients with you. Now, if you have clients that you'd like to download the app, you can actually send it to them directly via text or email. And the way you'll do that is just by clicking this menu in the bottom right corner that says More. And then you can select Share HomeSmart Client App. It'll then ask you to either create a new contact or just select one from your phone that you have already, which most of you will likely have your clients in here already. So we can do create new contact in this case, and let's say we do services. Both of these are going to be required, a phone number and an email. So you will want to make sure to get that in there. Whoops, let's try that again. But then you do have the option of either texting or emailing your client the app. So then once you select next, if I were to select text, of course, that's most likely the more convenient option, since if we're texting the client, we can actually ensure that they're going to have that in their hand since they're receiving the text on their cell phone, and then they can click the link and immediately get taken to the App Store and download the app. Now, clients can, of course, go to the App Store and just download this, but when you send it to them this way, this link you're seeing on my screen here is actually customized to you. So that means that when you're sending them this link, either through text or through their email, when they're downloading it using this specially customized link, they are going to automatically be connected to you. So on the client side of things, and again, this is going to be HomeSmart Client, we see our dashboard here, and then on the bottom right corner, you can click My Agent. And when you are sending that custom link, you will automatically be added as your client's agent. So just here.
All right, Reggie, that kind of answers your questions, right? Those first couple of, so yes, when you send the text or the email and they click on that link, it is directed as you're the agent for them, okay?
So just here, you can go ahead and see that there. There also is another way to see it on this top left-hand little hamburger menu, and there's My Agent once more. So from a client perspective, the benefit of being attached to your agent is you can actually see any of your pending transactions. I will say that you don't have to be connected to an agent to see any past or current transactions. So for example, if I bought a house 3 years ago and I used a different agent than the one I have today, I would still be able to see that information as long as the agent entered my contact information under that Clients tab in RSA when they were creating this sale. So for example, here I have a closed sale, and you can see all of this information here. I can see that this was my agent on that transaction. I can view the property information. This is just a testing file here, so it's going to be a little bit blank. But you have all that information. And then I, as the consumer, can actually see any documents that my agent uploaded. So if I, as the client, need another copy of the purchase contract, or just want to look at some of the last documents that were submitted, I can do that here. That goes for transactions in any status as well. So it doesn't just have to be closed. It can be pending, anything like that. These two, for example, on my top row are going to be for my pending sales. Same idea there. If I click on any of those, it'll give me, this one here has a little bit more information. And you can see, same idea there. I can still view the documents, and I still get the information on the property itself. So that's definitely a benefit on the client side. It's going to store all of that information there. It's definitely helpful for our clients to be able to keep that information directly on an app in their phone. So it's definitely going to be more convenient for them. It's easily accessible. It's going to always be there whether they are connected to that agent or not, as long as you as the agent enter their contact information under that Clients tab in a sale file. Your client will be able to see that information and be attached to that file within the RSA app.
Any questions so far? Are you guys actually doing it on your phone as we go through it? That's actually what I did too, but let's keep going a little bit.
I did get a question. Good morning, Marianne. Does it show the personal contact information for other side of transaction? That is a great question, and the answer is no, it does not. So your client will be able to see their own contact information and your information as their agent. It will tell them the name of the other client and perhaps the name of the other agent, but it is not going to disclose any of that personal information. That does get hidden there, of course. So let me see if I can actually find one there. That was my agent. So this you can actually see here. So the seller agent in this specific file, I was the buyer. So the buyer agent, you'll see there's more information there, and the seller agent, all I get is the name. So you're not going to be sharing or disclosing any of that information for the other parties within the transaction. But that is a wonderful question. Thank you for asking. Okay, so now we're going to get into just the client app in general and how that functions. So we're all familiar with most realtor sites. Most consumers are going to go to realtor.com, Zillow, apartments.com, things like that, and be searching for properties. There is, of course, a search menu here along the bottom, and we can view there. So there's my current location here at corporate, and I can view any nearby properties. And then I can search a specific zip code if I'm not trying to look in the area I'm currently located in. And then, of course, as always, we can search by price, bedrooms, bathrooms, couple statuses, couple different property types.
You know what's great about this one? I've used this one, the near me, homes near me, or search. When I'm traveling throughout the country, like when I'm in California, I'll turn it on and I'll just click on near me and I can see all the listings around me, believe it or not, throughout the country. Because this actually IDXs with all of our agents' MLSs. So just a little quick pointer there. I have fun with it when I'm traveling. So.
And then once I find any of these guys that I'm interested in, I can go ahead and just do a quick click and view the information here. Now, if I click on that property, it'll bring up a bigger view. And of course, we can view all the photos, scroll through those. Those, of course, pull from the MLS. We get the property description, property information. And then as the consumer, I can even get driving directions or leave notes or even voice recordings for this property if I want to make any notes, if I want to just kind of keep something in mind for later, I can do it on this specific property. And then these three here are going to go directly to the agent. You can schedule a tour, make an offer, or contact the agent directly with any kind of general message here. Now, if I wanted to keep this home, of course, I can go ahead and click this little heart in the top right corner. And that's going to be saved to my saved properties. If I go back to my home page, you'll see that this bottom row here is my saved properties. So I can always go back and view any of the ones that I favorited. And same idea, if I click on any of those, I can still view all the information. I can still leave notes and view any past notes I've entered. Now, this home near me one on the bottom here, that one's just right in the middle. It's the same idea as the search. You can add filters if you'd like, but the real intention of the home near me is location. So if I were, for example, in front of this property here, if I was driving around and I found a property that I really liked, and then I saw the sign, I wanted some more information on it, I could open up my app and let's say my little pin is right in front of this house, then I would be able to click on that home near me, see that this home is on my app. And then same idea, I can go ahead and jump right in here, view all of that information, get some contact information for the agent. And then here for the homes that are for sale, I can even get a mortgage calculator here and get all of those same options available for any home. And then here on the menu, just in that top left, of course, there is my agent again. And then for the option here under this first menu for buying, we can, of course, do searches, smart showings, which I will show an example for just a minute. I did get a question here. I noticed the price was a lease for one of the examples. It does show for rentals as well, so it will pull that information as well. And then selling here, we can do home valuation, and you can enter your address and get the value on any of those properties. You can view my active listings, again, as the consumer, as the client, and pending sales and closed transactions, again, as long as my agent has entered accurate contact information in RSA for me. And then, of course, general settings like my profile, my agent. Now, in the case that your client has downloaded this app without adding you as their agent or without you sending them that link, they do, of course, have the option to always just go to the App Store and download it themselves. Now, if I wanted to go in and find an agent, I would still be able to do that. I can go ahead and jump into that Find an Agent section and then just search the agent's name. So, Marianne, you're the first name I'm thinking of here, so I'm going to go ahead and look you up here. And there's Marianne. So Marianne's in Ohio. I will say that clients do have the option to add one agent per state. So if they have multiple agents that they've worked with in separate markets, they can still add up to and as many as they want for different states, but it is limited to one per state. So in the case that I wanted to add a different agent, I would be able to go to the Find an Agent option, search the name, and then when I select the option to add, I would have to confirm that I would be removing Billy here as my current agent and replacing them with a different one.
How are we doing so far? Any questions? Did you guys know you had all this available to you?
No.
Keep going. Okay.
And then I did get another question here. Are smart partners personalized? Can we update them to local partners or broker smart partners? So I will say I am only currently familiar with the Arizona. I'm located in Arizona, so it is going to be a little bit different for me, Marianne. Would you be able to send an email over to Casey with franchise, and we can maybe get a little more information for you on that one? But here, and then the smart partners, just as Marianne mentioned. So these are going to be specific to Arizona because that's where I'm currently located. But if I click on smart partners, all of the partner companies for my nearest HomeSmart location are going to show here. So if I'm looking for some suggestions, I can use Equitable, Title and Escrow, Platinum Warranty, as well as quite a few other partner companies that we currently have. So I can always go ahead and just click on Learn More, and it'll take me to any of those companies' websites. Okay, I actually did get an answer there from Gina. Thank you, Gina. So that clarifies the smart partners for any of our HomeSmart staff and broker owners on today. So it will pull from your broker smart sites admin. So if you have different smart partners, they will show on the app for clients in your area. Alrighty, and then down below, again, we have just our general stuff, our terms of use and privacy policy, accessibility, DMCA, and then of course you can always log out. And clients don't have to create an account, but if they would like to use the smart showing function, which I'll highlight in just a second, if they would like to attach themselves to an agent, if they would like to be able to see their pending sales or their closed transactions, they will have to create an account. So it will give them a little bit more information there. Okay, I did get another question here. Does it always show the current HomeSmart agent's current listings and closed transaction? Can this be modified? Not all agents want their clients to know what is the agent. So on the client app, the clients can view their transactions. So as a client, if I purchased a home using a HomeSmart agent 3 years ago, as long as that HomeSmart agent entered my information into RSA, then I'll be able to view that. It's not that I'm seeing my agents, all of my agents' transactions. I'm only seeing the ones that I was personally involved in as a client. Okay, and then one more quick thing to highlight for the tools. We, of course, have the mortgage calculator, and then we can click on that, and that's fairly standard. We can always adjust any of those. And then you can even select Get Pre-Qualified. So that's an option here in the middle of my screen. And it's also an option in general on my menu. Now, if you do have a mortgage partner as one of your partner companies, it will actually connect here. So ours, for example, here in Arizona is Minute Mortgage. So if I select Learn More, it will actually take me over to my browser and open up the Minute Mortgage website. So that's definitely helpful there. And as a consumer, it is going to automatically make that recommendation to me. Alrighty, now for smart showings. So I'm actually going to jump back over to the agent app. Let's go back to our home screen. Now, as the agent, you can create what's called smart showings for your client. Essentially, what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to add a few properties to a smart showing or to a tour that you are going to go take your buyer on. I did get a question here. This is all new to me. I have the HomeSmart client and RealSmart agent app. Do I need both? As the agent, you can log into your RealSmart agent account with the RealSmart agent app. The client side, most of our agents are just downloading that to get an idea of what their clients will see if they do choose to utilize this tool. But it's not required at all for you to have either app. That is completely up to you. But here on our agent app is how we're going to create a smart showing. That does need to be created through your RSA mobile app. It's not currently a function available on the browser. And it does need to be with a client that has you connected as their agent. So I'll show you why in just a second. But if we click this menu on the bottom right and we click More, we can click Smart Showings. And then in this top right corner, I'm going to go ahead and hit this plus sign. So you can see I already have one created here, but I'll go ahead and hit this plus sign. I'll name the tour. There is a maximum.
Scott, have you ever used this one? The Smart Tour? No? I'd love to see how it works. All right, I'll play around with it.
The client tour description, and let's say we're going to do whichever one. We'll do the Scottsdale area. The description can be whatever you want. I'm just choosing to use a city. And then you'll want to select a tour date. So let's say we're going to go ahead and look at this property on the 30th, this Thursday. So after you go ahead and enter those 3 fields, you can go ahead and hit that bottom button to hit next. And then here's where it's going to come in that you need to, your client needs to have you connected as their agent. So all of the clients you're seeing here as options for me to add do have me selected as their agent. So if your client doesn't have you connected, then you won't quite be able to use this tool. You will have to direct them to that find an agent function, and they'll be able to add you, and then you guys will both be able to use this tool to your benefit. So here I'm going to go ahead and use my client account, which is our agent services account. You can do it for multiple clients. As you can see, I can go ahead and select a few. For today, I'll go ahead and just stick with the one, and then I'll hit next. So there are 2 options, 2 different ways to add homes to your smart showing. The first is if you as the agent have a few ideas for homes that you'd like to take your buyers to, you can go ahead and enter those MLS numbers here. So all you would have to do is enter those digits there, click search, and then that should pop right up for you. The other option is what you're seeing just underneath that search bar. So once you select a client or multiple clients, you will actually be able to choose from their favorited listings. So once I select that, if you remember on the client side of the app, these are the properties that I showed some interest in and that I had under my saved properties. So now from the agent side, I'm going to go ahead and add, let's say I'm just going to add these 3 to the tour, and we're going to go look at all of those houses, all 3 of these properties on Thursday. So now I have those 3 there. If I want to add more, I can. I can still search with the MLS. I can still go to that favorites list. And then here, I can go ahead and select time. So you'll actually see on this left-hand side, there's this little clock icon. So we'll actually want to go ahead and do that. And let's say we're going to go see this first property at 10 a.m. We'll see this second one by 11:30. And then we'll see this one at 1 o'clock. So now that we have all 3 of those there, we can select next. And then this is what it's going to show my client when they receive that. I can actually click in this top right corner, not quite the cancel button. We're not going to want to do that. We can view the map and actually look and see the map of the 3 properties that I'm including on my smart showings. We can get an idea of what this is going to look like, what our travel is going to look like for the day to go and view these 3 properties. So now that we have that, we'll go ahead and select Save Smart Showing, and you'll click OK. And now I can always go back in here, view it, and then in this top right corner, I can either edit that if I need to make changes, or once it's passed and we no longer need it, we don't need to save those properties, we can go ahead and remove it. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump back over to the client app. And now as the client, if I go over to the tours menu, I can actually view the smart showing that my agent just created for me. So you can see here, it's going to have the same information, the date and the time and my agent. I can add that to my calendar. So I can actually click that icon and it'll get added to my personal calendar. And then of course we have our little button here that lets us know that there's 3 homes for this smart showing. So if I click that, there are these 3 here, and I can actually see the 3 little hearts on those properties, meaning that all 3 of these were from my favorited properties. If they didn't have that heart, that just means that I know that that might be a new property that my agent just had in mind that they think I might like. So then I can see there at the bottom of each little box, showing time 10 a.m., 11:30, and 1 p.m. And then same idea here. So I will be able to see all 3 properties. I get the map there. And then this little arrow on the bottom right corner of each of these guys will get me driving directions on my default map application. And I'll be able to go ahead and get driving directions to any of those 3 properties throughout the day as we're going through those showings. Okay, and there's definitely a few different things available in the app. As time goes on, we are hoping to add to it. We are hoping to take any suggestions and make improvements. We already are actually hoping to push through some changes and upgrades and things like that. We're already planning ahead for that kind of stuff. So I will actually go ahead and cut that and leave my time now. So I will go ahead and spend the remaining few minutes answering any questions you guys have.
Okay, so just real quick, this is about the client, HomeSmart client app. Okay, so if you haven't used it, you want to use it, available to you. I just want to point out, you know, again, I just chose this one out of the blue, but you have a whole bunch of trainings here. If you look on the right-hand side, that's the first one that we're watching. You have the intro to Updater. If you don't know what Updater is, get in there, find out what it is. This is the actual introduction to the Real Smart Agent. So how to navigate through Real Smart Agent would be a good way to start. Welcome to orientation. For those of you that are new with us and have not attended our orientation, it will give you an outlook of all this stuff that we're talking about here now. And the introduction to Smart Sites 2.0, branding a listing presentation. There's more orientations in here. If you keep going down, you'll see the Drive to 5 by Todd and our crew at HomeSmart. By the way, some announcements. Todd has put together another marketing Drive to 5, you want to say? No, actually, he's calling it a boot camp this time. And that is going to start. Let's go to the calendar real quick. I think it's this Monday. No, sorry.
Yeah, Freddie, it is Monday, June 27th.
Monday, June 27th, right? And that, I think it's 10 o'clock. Actually, it was in here, classes. Let's go to the calendar, class schedule, Florida. And it would be, here it is. Actually starts the 27th. Is that the one? No, we're in June. Sorry, wrong month. Hold on. Yeah, June 22. So it starts the 27th, next Monday.
I just put a link in the chat to register for the Zoom classes. So if you have Zoom, you obviously have Zoom, you're on here, but you can register so you'll get that added to your calendar too.
Yep. And it's actually, look, I'm seeing it here at 2 different times, right? 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock, is that right? Drive to 5.
I'm not sure about that, sorry.
Let me see, I'm looking at this one, yeah.
2 different sessions.
Yeah, there's 2 different times.
I think they're 2 different sessions.
Oh, okay, so 2 different sessions. Yeah, this is like, I mean, he's like.
Yeah, it looks like the first session is database marketing, and then the second session of the day is marketing tools and agent marketplace.
Okay. So yeah, this is a real boot camp. It is going to be strong and heavy and a lot of information. They will be recorded, and that starts next Monday. And that is, the first one is at 12 p.m. And I believe that's what, Eastern time? Is that right, Kim? Do you know the times on that? You put it in the chat, didn't you?
I did put a link to the Zoom registration on the chat. When you log into the HomeSmart Calendar 3 or RSA, it should be adjusting the times on that calendar to the time that is set on your computer. So if it shows 10 o'clock on your calendar, it should be 10 o'clock your time.
Okay. So if you click on the register, let me get that out of the way. Yep. Is that how we do that? There we go. Okay. So 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. An email did go out yesterday with just the drive, I believe it was yesterday, with the Drive to 5 schedule, as well as details on what each class entails. So.
Okay. Any questions on that? All right. We're also having a branch lunch on Friday at in Nokomis for the Nokomis branch lunch is at 11:30, and that is at the Old Salty Dog.
Yep.
That's a local favorite over there. So the Old Salty Dog is located at 1485 South Tamiami Trail in Venice, Florida. We will be gathering there to break bread all together and just talk and get together on Friday, 11:30. And then I'm scheduling a Tampa branch lunch for next week. Since next week is kind of the beginning of the 4th of July weekend, not going to do it on a Friday. I will do it on Thursday, and the venue will be announced later this week. So look out for that as well. A lot of things going on. We have a summer bash coming up soon too. We're looking to get that ready for the later part of July or the beginning of August. And that'll be a agent and family function as well. So look out for the dates on that and the venues. Those are soon to come out and be announced. And that, like I said, it'll be a summer bash. We're gonna actually have 2 of them, one on the east side and one on the west side. So look out for those announcements as well. What do we have in the chat? Anything, Kim, that we need? And Kim, thanks, by the way, for your help this morning.
I just shared another link, and it's actually the Business Builder website for HomeSmart. And on there, it does have all the information on the Drive to 5 and the upcoming schedule.
Okay, thank you.
I was going to ask, since you're sharing your screen and you have RSB up, do you want to show how to claim your workplace account if you have not already done so?
Oh, I love that. That's great. Thank you, Kim. Let's go to RSA. And so, you guys haven't heard, our Facebook groups are going away. Our Florida Agent Connection and the HomeSmart Florida Referral Network and the Smart Ideas and all those different groups are going away. Within the next 90 days, we are planning to get rid of all those group pages and consolidate everybody into one place. And that is called Workplace. The problem is, Kim, I'm going to go through the motions here, but I don't have it available because I'm already in there as a broker.
Right,
so,
right.
But in order to find Workplace, and let me just bring up Workplace real quick, show you what it looks like. I actually have 2 accounts, one as an agent and one as a staff member. So I'll open up the agent one. This is what it looks like. And it's actually a platform that is through Facebook. So in here, you'll be able to get documents. You'll be able to communicate. There's Scott right there. He's talking about, he was posted on June 19th, Welland Park, our master plan community in Venice. So this is great to share. You have the different groups here. These are the groups that I belong to. You can choose which groups to belong to, which not to belong to. The options are there available. You can actually create a group. And everybody's in here. Libraries are in here, documents, and how to get in there and do that is we're going to go back to our Smart Agent. So when you go to your Real Smart Agent account on your dashboard, let's just go to, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Let's log out and log in. Let's do this from scratch. All right. So I'm logging in as an agent. And obviously here are the dashboard. You're going to go up to where your name is. Hello, Freddie Rodriguez, which is where you claim your you actually have your profile and things set up there. Go here. And this is where you're going to set up your web page and all that. And we'll talk about this again as well. But this is where you get all your stuff going for your website, your CRM and all that. You are going to, if you notice here, follow my cursor. On the top row, you have integrations. You click on that and you should have a choice. See, mine doesn't have it, or mine just has Buffini referral marketing integration. It will pop up under this section here and it'll say claim your workspace. And you just go there, you agree to the terms, you hit the save changes, you check box for the workplace, and then you hit save changes. And then you're in Workplace. And then once you're in Workplace, You can update your profile. I'm keeping your profiles down here. And this is what your dashboard would look like. And down on the bottom left here, you're going to see this is your profile. Mine's got the F. I don't have my picture in there and stuff like that, but if you notice Scott does, you can just transfer everything from Facebook. And the reason for that, I don't have my picture in there is because I have 2 accounts. So it helps me distinguish which account I'm in for me personally. So my broker account has my picture in it, but my agent account I've left it alone. But that's for me personally. But you can change your profile picture and a bunch of things in here. There should be some more trainings coming out about workplace and how to navigate through here. But it's pretty, it's pretty, what do you call it? User friendly.
Yeah.
I should explain, you do not have to have a Facebook account to have a workplace account either. So if you don't have Facebook and you don't like Facebook, that's absolutely fine. This is just a program that was created by Facebook, but it's going to allow us to communicate with our agents a little bit better. And also the goal is eventually for you to be able to chat with different departments as well. So if you had a question on a transaction or a question with agent services, you'd be able to communicate with them directly through here instead of having to send an email or call or whatever it might be. So I think it's going to eventually be a really great tool as long as we can get all the agents to sign up for it.
Yeah, that's been our biggest issue is, I mean, we have over 25,000 agents and I think we've only had a little over 1,000 participants sign up. Is that right?
Right.
So our biggest challenge is making you guys aware that this is out there. You have access to the idea is to have access to everybody in the company, staff, agents.
Can I pop in here and ask a question?
Absolutely.
I was wondering, okay, so you sign up through, the integration through RSA, and then where exactly do you find this? At homesmart.workplace.com?
That's a good question. It should have sent you an email. When you claim your workplace account, it sends you an email and it should include your login information and a link to be able to download the workplace chat app. So it should have sent you more information. We had questions from people that were wanting to log in from different browsers, things like that. And your username for most cases is your first name, last name all together. But again, it should have sent you an email with that information.
Okay. If I don't have it, then what?
I would contact the agent services department to see if they can send you a new link with password.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody else?
Also, if you happen to be using Google Chrome when you created or accepted your account, it should have saved your username and password if you have it set up to allow you to do that.
Okay. I'll check.
Any other questions? Now's the time. We have one of our pros here, Kim Moser from our corporate offices. She's my savior, by the way.
You're nice.
All right. So if nobody else has any other questions, I encourage you, don't forget, branch lunch this week, Nokomis. One more announcement. We actually have, for those of you that are subscribed to KV Core, we are holding a training tomorrow for KV Core. Let me find that. And that is, hold on. Where is that training? Kim, do you have the information on the KV Core training from Duncan?
Unfortunately, I do not. I don't get Duncan's emails.
Okay. Here we go. So there is a training webinar, and that starts June 22nd, which is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I will copy here. This is the link for you guys to, let me see. Yeah, to register. And I will put that in the chat for you guys right now. So for those of you using KV Core or interested in using KV Core, And for those of you that did not know, for our Florida agents and our Georgia agents, we do offer KV Core at a discounted rate through HomeSmart, or actually through Palmer House affiliation. And that is at $45 a month. For those of you that don't know, KV Core is a CRM, just like all the other ones that are out there, Lion Desk and Boomtown and all that. This is KV Core. We do get it, typically KV Core is about $450 a month to have. We get it at a discounted rate of $45 a month. And those of you interested, just reach out to me. Otherwise, you can register for the webinar tomorrow. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Is it on the actual calendar in RSA? I don't know if Duncan put it in there. Oh, sorry. Anyway, it should be, I put it in the chat.
I do see on the calendar for June 22nd, it is listed with Georgia, but it's KV Core Marketplace.
Okay.
So when you go to the calendar, just don't narrow it down to Florida and go to the 22nd, and you'll see that, and you can actually register for that class as well.
Thank you, Kim.
Anytime.
All right, so it's 11 o'clock. That brings us to the hour. You guys have an incredible week. Tomorrow, some contracts training. Jeremy will be back. So join us tomorrow. I'll be on there as well. And don't forget to join us on Friday or for our Nokomis brunch. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a great week. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.